You see on the stage making his way to the ring, ladies and gentlemen, that is Terry Washington from San Bernardino, California. Definitely one of my favorite young American boxers, and you see all the movement and the activity on the screen right now. But I tell you, this will be fun. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So there you have it. Boxing out of the red corner, representing the U.S. is Terry Washington. And in the blue corner, a qualified Olympian, you will see this young man in Paris this summer. It is Michael Trindade from Brazil. And I tell you what, when you watch him get in the ring, watch how much he moves. Between rounds, he's sometimes not even in his corner, you know, and it's easy to get the impression that maybe there's a lack of focus, a lack of concentration, you know, a lack of discipline, that maybe he's not serious. And I tell you what, you fall for any of that and you will fall to him like so many boxers before have, which is why he is a qualified Olympian. Terry Washington, a young man that I've had the pleasure of speaking to many times, who talks about just what it means to him to be here and what it means for him to show his ability against qualified Olympians. This is a young man that has had an outstanding tournament. He won the USA team Olympic trials in Lafayette in December. This is a young man that is on a roll. We'll see what he can do against an individual like Trindade today. Both boxers taking a moment to feel each other out. You saw Washington step forward first to let one go in this contest. And I will say something now. Already you can see in this contest, the Brazilian, the Olympian, Michael Trindade, is more serious in the first moments of this bout than I've seen him this week. And that tells you that he knows what Terry Washington has done this week as well. Left hand gets in for Trindade in that exchange. Now Washington stepping forward and doubling up his lead left hand. Boxing from that southpaw stance, that right-handed jab. Always a concern when you have that matchup of the southpaw versus the conventional boxer. You got to be careful with the front feet. You got to be careful with the clash of heads. All those things come into play much more often as you see Trindade miss over the top as the boxers come together. Keep your head up, says the official, trying to work with his free hand inside during that last clinch. Was Washington stepping forward and leading with that left hand. And that's something that maybe you get more of an opportunity to do as a southpaw boxing a right-handed boxer. Is this much of an adjustment for Trindade? Certainly, he's boxed many southpaws before. How many of them? The quality of Terry Washington. Big right hook missing over the top from Trindade. The official telling Washington to keep his head up. I gotta tell you, if I was in there, I'd have put my head down too with that right hook coming. Washington again doubling up that lead left hand. I like the work with the left hand of Trindade. And now you're starting to see Trindade. You see the hands are starting to go down by his waist a little bit more. It tells you that he's starting to feel more confident. Less than 10 seconds left in the round right now, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get a chance to see what the judges think about what we saw in the first round. And if you press me, ladies and gentlemen, I'll say the blue corner for round number one. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, 10-9 on all 5 cards for the blue corner, and that is the Brazilian Michael Trindade. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is where the chess match starts, right? So you have, obviously, you want to be ahead. of course, and that is what Trendaji is right now. Now, going into the second round, you see the coaches, Coach Billy there in that red corner talking with Washington, talking about all the things that he saw, all the things that he didn't see, and what he expects from Washington in this second round. You will, of course, see adjustments from Washington. And then we'll see what adjustments Trendaji makes to those adjustments, and that's where the fun will begin. But you certainly could see a more confident posture from Trendaji as that first round continued. But you see how Trendaji starts the second round. Much like he did the first round. Both boxers taking their time to select their spots, very cautiously approaching their opponent. Washington stepping forward with that lead left hand that gets through. Gets a bit of a roar from the crowd. Washington seems as though he's decided that lead left is going to be his weapon of choice. I don't know if that's something that he has seen. Prior to today, but you can see he definitely wants it. Trendaji. Both boxers pawing with the jab, neither boxer throwing it with any conviction. Washington throwing the lead left toward the body. And as you see, as the round continues, now look at the hands of Trendaji. Much lower than when the round started. And does that mean that he feels that he has more of the timing of Washington down? Maybe. I don't know. But as he grows in comfort, you notice the way the positioning of his hands changes. Sporadic action from both boxers in this contest so far here in the second round. The difference in the two is that Trendaji has one in his hip pocket already, winning that first round unanimously. Washington with the lead left hand again. As you see Trendaji raising a fist to the judges. Washington doing the same. That takes us to the end of round number 2, as you see. Triumphantly and very proudly, Trendaji walks back to that blue corner. And that's because he knows, he feels pretty good about his performance. 3 of the 5 judges at ringside give that second round to Trendaji. The other 2 boxers give it to Washington. I thought Washington did a better job of getting that left hand through, as we see Trendaji and that team from Brazil. Again, a qualified Olympian. You can't say that enough. You can't say that too much, because it absolutely matters. It speaks to what he has accomplished, not just during his amateur career, but where he is right now. Once an Olympian, always an Olympian, but he's headed to the Paris Games. That says something about what he is doing currently in his amateur career. Terry Washington doesn't have that accolade as part of his resume at the moment, but beating an Olympian sure would sound nice, and that's something that he's after. But he also knows that he is down on the cards. So in terms of the chances that we're taking, that may matter. Now, as we see Trendaji in the neutral corner with the physician at ringside, making sure that he is okay. Now you see the boxers come together in the center of the ring, and this is what you're going to get here in this third round. Washington knows that he's down on the cards, and Trindaji, that's right up his alley, having Washington be more aggressive. He wants to counter. Washington trying to get in and get out. Again with the left hand from Washington. And again with the left. Now missing over the top with the left as he comes forward is Washington. Don't anticipate, as the official, it looked as if maybe the boxers were expecting the official to step in. Maybe Washington thought they were going to. The official did not. It allowed Trindaji to work a little bit inside. Again, reaching with the left hand is Washington, and again. This is a bout that may not be long enough for Washington. The official cautioning Washington about slapping with the interior of the glove. Another left hand from Washington. Certainly not his intention to slap with the interior of the glove, but I think it speaks to the movement and the positioning of Trindaji. Attempting to make Washington's punches ineffective, and now Washington uncorks a right hand. I tell you what, he saved it for a great moment. He hasn't thrown very many of those. And while Trindaji may have been looking for that left again, Washington unloads maybe his best punch of the bout. Now back to that left hand goes Washington. Trying to sneak that right hand inside in that exchange with Washington. Trindaji on the outside, under 10 seconds to go. The crowd asking for both boxers to give me something before the bell. Washington reaching and reaching. Trindaji, hand raised, headed to his corner. And he may be absolutely correct about the fact that he has gotten the victory in this contest. And this is one of those bouts where it just may not be enough time for someone like Terry Washington, as we see that blue corner. And you also saw Trindaji much more serious in this contest than he has been all week.
Astro Talk for Marriage. Get it today.
You didn't see the dancing, you didn't see the bouncing. We talked about just how far he was from the corner between the round in his previous bout. None of that today. And you gotta give credit to the respect he has for who was in that other corner. Great job by Washington getting here to the finals today. But a very good job by Trindaji. We'll see what the judges at ringside have to say here in just a moment. Let's go to Ryan Nico.
The judges have a 3-2 split decision for your elite male 51-kilogram champion. He is boxing out of the red corner from USA, Terry Washington.
Oh boy. 3-2 split decision. It is Terry Washington who will get the victory, representing the USA out of that red corner from San Bernardino, California. And man, oh man. Ladies and gentlemen, I would not have been upset by a victory for the Brazilian. I would not have felt it was a poor decision. It was a very close bout. And it is what you should expect as you see the final scores that even on one card. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that is awesome.
Just a heads up, everyone, we will have a medal ceremony after our 5th bout this afternoon.
I look forward to the opportunity to speak with Terry Washington, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy.
So we will have 3 medal ceremonies throughout the afternoon. And we're about to begin our 3rd bout.
Oh man, we'll get an opportunity to put that on for me. I want to make sure everybody can hear you. I don't want to miss this at all. You know, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. How do you look up there? How do you feel like you look?
I look good. I look a little crazy right now. I'm sweaty right now.
I tell you what, I'm here right now with Terry Washington. You're taking the goal. How do you feel right
I
now?
feel good, man. My first international tournament, I came and I dug deep all the way to the last round. Now I'm going back home. Not even just a national champion, international champion, my first one.
Right.
So, man, I'm just, man, words can't even explain it. I can't even talk right now.
Well, they can explain it because I thought you were great out there today. You were down after that first round. The second round was a 3-2 split. What did it mean to you to come back from that deficit and be the guy who was a qualified Olympian?
Man, it feels good. In this tournament, I beat 2 Olympians. It just shows I'm in that conversation, man.
Yes.
It just shows I'm in that conversation, man. We're going to keep going from here, and, we'll see what's next.
I tell you what, that's beautiful. Real quickly, we gotta keep moving. Give me those thank yous to everybody.
Man, thank you to my coaches. Thank you to the whole USA Boxing staff. Thank you to my mom, my siblings, my family back home, my friends. Thank you for all the support. And thank Lord and Jesus Savior.
There you go. I couldn't end it any better. Thank you so much. You're international champion. I love it. My guy, Terry Washington, man. Terrible Terry. Thank you so much, man. Oh, man. Good job, man. Woo! I tell you what, I think that is incredible, ladies and gentlemen. Terry Washington, first international tournament, and he will take home the gold back to San Bernardino, California, to that beautiful daughter that is waiting on him that he hasn't had a chance to even meet yet because he's been training, been away from home at camp. And I tell you what, when the sacrifices are great, the rewards are as well. And I think that is awesome. Congratulations to Terry Washington and that team from USA. Good job, Coach Billy and the boys. And the ladies, of course.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our 3rd championship bout of the afternoon, an elite female 54-kilogram matchup. And now we bring our boxers to the ring, making her way to the red corner from Great Britain, Charlie Davidson.
Making her way through the smoke down to the ring. To the red corner is Charlie Davidson, another qualified Olympian. This young lady from Great Britain. This is going to be a fun matchup, ladies and gentlemen.
And now set to make her way to the blue corner from Canada, here is Scarlett Delgado.
Team Canada on their way to that blue corner, represented by Scarlett Delgado, ladies and gentlemen. And again, this is another one of those opportunities, is what we talked about, having an individual like this, to get a chance to get into that ring, not a qualified Olympian, but certainly looking for the opportunity to best an Olympian inside that ring. You talk about a feather in your cap, that's certainly it. Or how do you become a gold medalist? Well, that's by beating Olympians. So I tell you what, this may not be the Olympics, ladies and gentlemen, obviously, because we're in Pueblo, Colorado. We're not in Paris, but you know what? The Olympians are here. Not all of them, but a nice amount of them. They are here, and they're not all winning, especially when you get in the ring with boxers like Terry Washington, Terry Washington, and now Scarlett Delgado in that blue corner with an opportunity to do the same. Look at the smile on Scarlett Delgado. Check the gloves. Nothing up my sleeve. Safety check and the equipment check is all done. You see the hop, on Delgado in that blue corner. She's feeling pretty good today, ladies and gentlemen, and why not? She has made her way. I love it. She's made her way to the finals of an international tournament here. 15 countries made the journey here to Colorado, here in the U.S., to make this possible. And Delgado looking for her place in that in history, if you will. We talk about it all the time, ladies and gentlemen. You see the action already. When you have that height and reach deficit, which Delgado has, which means she's going to have to put herself in harm's way on some level in order to get close enough to Davidson to do work. Davidson obviously understands and knows that she is the longer boxer, the qualified Olympian. And so what does Delgado need to do? She needs to get inside. She needs to do exactly what she's doing right now. Getting to the body of Davidson. She can't stand on the outside, can't put herself in a position where Davidson can touch her, but she can't touch Davidson. So I like what Delgado has done early in this contest, getting inside the right hand by Delgado. And you see the jab of Davidson. That's what we should see. Make it tough for Delgado. Charge her attacks for coming forward. And when you get there, you have to do what Delgado is doing right now. Careful, you don't want to punch to the back of the head, but you want to work. And I like what the official inside the ring is doing as well. He is allowing Delgado an opportunity to employ her strategy. Sometimes you see an official step in and break that action up, and obviously they should a lot of times. But then there are also times where you are penalizing a boxer like Delgado if you step in too soon. Because this is where she has to work. This is where her office is in a bout with someone the size of Davidson. And that's what Davidson wants to do, is make Delgado pay. You saw that left hand from Davidson, stopping Delgado momentarily. And you see Davidson trying to maintain that distance, throwing that jab from that southpaw stance, sticking that right jab out while easing away. And that jab getting through. You saw the head of Delgado move right there. This is what Davidson wants to do. This is what has made her a qualified Olympian, that team from Great Britain. And one of the things that I've noticed about the team from Great Britain this week that I really appreciate is how fundamentally sound that they are. You want a boxer or any athlete, any individual to be themselves, take their natural gifts and tools and have them get the best out of it. But you see the fundamentals in the boxers from Great Britain. You know, you see the elbows in, you see those hands not too low, and you see that jab, and you see Davidson maintaining her distance. Nice job by Davidson not allowing Delgado to try to steal that round at the end.